Ken, thank you very much.
Yeah, it was quite an amazing turnaround today for the team. Could you just chat to us about how much of that was mental? Because you guys, you especially, seem to come out with a very definite game plan today. There seemed to be a lot more clarity and sharpness and intensity about the batting.
I think a lot's been said over the last week and a bit in terms of our preparation and obviously the first test. So, yeah, we had to basically, like I mentioned in the press conference earlier this week, we had to kind of, back against the walls, we have to show up and deliver a punch. And it's all down to basics. I think if we stick to our basics, you're going to get it right more often than not. So to come out the way we did today, as a team and the guys that batted today, it's just, it's obviously uplifting for us going forward in the next 4 days.
Lloyd and Firoz.
Thanks, Tips, Sarel, and very well batted. I know on TV you spoke about how much this means for the team, and that's obviously the most important thing. But just if you can take a moment to just talk about it on a personal level, the years of piling on runs at domestic cricket level, does there come a point where you think to yourself, geez, maybe my chance isn't going to come? Now that it has come and this has happened, just how much does this day mean to you?
Yeah, obviously it's a very special day. I must say, probably 24 months ago, I probably didn't think I'd be in a position to be even close to a South African Test squad. So, to sit here today with a Test 100 behind your name is extremely special. I think it's more special having gone through all the hard yards over the years, and taking learnings along those years and implementing them, with the squad over the last year. So, just like you said, I know team comes first. I'm very, very happy, we can turn things around after the first test.
Sarel, well batted. Sarel, I just want to ask you a little bit about the emotions that you had. I mean, first of all, you're batting with the guy, I suppose, that you've replaced at the top of the order, and he was with you when you got your 100. And then also, I understand there's a member of your family that you hadn't seen for a long time who's there watching you today. So what was that like, just those two contrasting emotions and seeing your sister again, I guess?
Yeah, it's obviously always special batting with, I haven't done it with Aiden just yet, but, having batted with Dean as well, and now batting with Aiden today, getting that 100 with him, it was extremely special. They're two good guys. Two guys that have taken me under their wing and helped me through this journey the last year. So lovely to be there with them, and then lovely to celebrate and get that 100 in front of a bit of family. My sister, she lives here in New Zealand. Sorry, put a lump in my throat here. And she's been through a tough time here, so nice to have something for her to smile about.
Stuart, and then Kanisa.
Hi, Sarel. Congratulations. I just want to go back to something you mentioned at the toss. At the briefing you had on the field, where you spoke about the toss and being surprised by the fact that Dean chose to bat. Can you outline the timeline for that? I mean, when did he say, well, if I win the toss, this is what I'm going to do? Or did he, make it clear to you only after the coin had gone up?
No. He had told me, in the warm-up, just be ready, because this is what we're going to do. So I had time to prepare, like all of us. Everyone was on the same page. It's not like it was just after the toss that I found out. So there was definitely a clear mindset going into today before I went in bat. So definitely wasn't sprung onto me last minute. So I had some time to think about things, and
Kanisa?
Thank you very much. Good day, everyone. SJ, when you look at how today panned out, you lost wicket at the time despite batting well, but where would you say, how would you say the today's is poised from a match and series perspective?
Yeah, obviously not ideal losing those 2 wickets, myself and Aiden, at that time. You know, I think we put the team, especially myself, I put the team under a bit of pressure there at the end. And just thankful that you know, Rassie and Temba could fight through unscathed at the end there. So I think the match is well poised at this stage. We've got a world-class left-arm spinner in our side, who I'm sure will come into this game, and it'll be a player vital will come day 5, day 4. So I think I think we probably on top at the moment.
Lloyd, and then we'll move on to Afrikaans.
Sarel, in the New Zealand press conference, Shane Jurgensen was saying that the wind, he thinks, played quite a big role in, first of all, the edges not carrying, and then also just making it really tough to bowl from the one end. Was that your experience of it? And would you agree that the surfaces not playing the way it did in the first test?
Yeah, obviously we experienced a bit of wind in the first game, but I think the wind, it played a role today. You know, the ball swung throughout the whole day because of that wind coming from the one side of the ground. So it was obviously a bit tricky for us as batters. Also in your stance, you can get blown over a touch. So yeah, I must say it's obviously tricky for a bowler running into bowl, and it was tricky for us as batters. So I think it evens out the playing field a bit.
Lloyd?
Thanks, Sips. Sarel, if we just go back to that, to the toss and the importance of the toss. I mean, just when you're captain, you know, given that you were 210 for 20 in the last test, you know, when your skipper wins the toss on the same ground and then opts to bat, I mean, does that send the right message of positivity and intent to the rest of the team, do you think?
Yeah, listen, we had to obviously you know, win a test match. We want to be 1-1 leaving the shores here. So you've got to man up, you've got to front up, and I think that's what we did today. So yeah, you can think about the last test, but last test is the last test. It's a new test, new energies, and we've got a goal in mind. And you know, if that means you've got to bat first on a greenish wicket or a wicket that does something, that's so be it. You know, that's the nature of this game. And like I said, we've got a goal in mind, and if that's how we're going to win a test match, that's what we'll do.
Sorry, we'll have Pila and then Afrikaans.
Thanks, Bokkels. Sarel, firstly, congratulations and well done on your Test 100. I just want to go back to something that probably Peter Malan said in his debut Test match, and he said that, you know, most of the pressure comes from domestic cricket and having to go to the Diamond Oval and when no one is actually watching anything that you're doing, and then stepping up into international cricket where it's more about making sure that you tick the boxes of your preparation. Do you feel the same about making the transition from domestic cricket into international stage?
Yeah, it's I mean, it is what it is. You've got to get on with it at domestic cricket, and you've got to prepare yourself. You know, whether it's your first year domestic cricket or your 6th year or 10th year domestic cricket, you've got to make sure that you prepare yourself for international cricket. If that's what you want to do, if that's why you play cricket and you want to play international cricket, you know, you've got to front up and show up every single day, trying to get better to make sure that when you do get a chance to play international cricket, that you're ready. And I'm just obviously very fortunate that I had a year to kind of settle into the team or into the squad. And could kind of find my feet preparation wise, you know, kind of find out what it needs or what it takes to, you know, to kind of, you know, do half decently or do well at this level. So that's just the help from teammates. So yeah, I think it's just the preparation and fronting up is key.
Jonas?
Hi Sarel, baie geluk. As jy nie gemaklik is, jy kan nie maar oorslaan Engels toe, dis fyn.
Nee, dis reg, ek sal my beste probeer.
Cool. Ek wil net hoor, ja, ek meen almal nou al gepraat van hoe lank jy op die plaaslike toneel gespeel het. In 2008 al jou debuut gemaak. Was daar ooit 'n stadium wat jy amper soos gedink het, hierdie is nie regtig vir my nie. Ek verstaan, ek probeer nou al so lank, maar ek maak nie daai deurbraak na die nasionale span toe nie. Het jy ooit oorweeg om op te hou? En indien wel, hoe het jy toe verstaan deur daai dip gekom om basies nou jou droom te bereik?
Ja, dit het seker so, ek sal sê so 28 maande terug het dit deur my kop gegaan waar ja, dinge het maar net nie gegaan soos wat ek wou gehad het en moes gaan nie. So ja, ek was seker 'n oproep weg om te sê luister ek is klaar en weet ek het danksy my ouers hulle het my 'n bietjie meer encourage as ek die Engelse woord kan gebruik. En ek het ek het 'n sports performance psychologist begin sien in Durban en ja, ons het 'n bietjie gewerk net aan my mental well-being en goed soos dit. So ja, dit was maar seker die turning point vir my by stadium so 28 maande terug en dis maar ja, nie die finale produk nie, maar ek probeer nog steeds aan myself werk, my mental health, jammer. So ja, die jare wat ek gesacrifice het al daai jare, ek kon dit nie opgee nie en ja, danksy my ouers en die sports psychologist ja, sit ek nou hier vandag.
Is mental health. Can I have another one, Spukazi?
Yeah, please go for it.
Is mental health en mental health well-being, is dit vir jou iets wat vir jou belangrik is? Dink jy daar word genoeg aandag daaraan geskenk in Suid-Afrikaanse cricket?
Nee, ek dink ek het so 'n interview gehad seker so 'n jaar terug of so en ek het gemention dat ek dink nie daar is spandeer genoeg tyd daaraan nie want weet baie mense het kom van verskillende kulture en situasies in hulle lewe en jy weet wanneer jy ingegooi is in die diep kant weet jy nie miskien hoe om dit te hanteer nie. So ek dink dit is 'n groot ding wat ons steeds beter kan wees in Suid-Afrika, nie net in cricket nie. So ja, vir my is dit 'n groot ding en ja, elke dag is maar 'n klein stappie of 'n klein proses wat ek mee deel om net 'n bietjie beter te raak daarmee.
Thanks. And Sarel, can you just repeat that in English for us, please? Just the last two questions from Dennis.
I can't even remember the second to last one.
Dennis, ask your question, your first question, please, in English, just so that everyone can get the English point of view. Sorry.
Okay, no, it's fine. Was there ever a time in your career where you considered to give up cricket and what was the turning point? And then just the second one, your views on the importance of mental health awareness in South Africa.
Yeah, so about 28 months ago, it did cross my mind. It went through my mind. I was probably a phone call away of calling it quits. But obviously I had the huge support when I sat down with my family. My parents, they kind of picked me up, saw a sports performance psychologist, and yeah, we worked through it daily. It was a hard slog, if I can call it that, to try and get motivated again to kind of give my best after wanting to give up. All the years of hard work, all the hard slogging that I had to do at semi-professional level, at franchise level, felt pointless and worthless at one stage. So, yeah, obviously, luckily, I'm very fortunate to have worked with a sports performance psychologist, and to have the support of my parents during that time was also incredible, and it's basically what motivates me now.
And the importance of looking after your mental well-being and mental health awareness in South Africa.
Yeah, I think it's a big thing. I don't think we focus on it enough in South Africa, not just in cricket, but I think in all sports. I might be mistaken, but from what I've spoken to other sportsmen, I think it's something that's lacking. And just in general life, I think as a man or a guy, it's kind of frowned upon if you show a bit of mental weakness or a bit of softness. So yeah, I think there's a lot of work still to be done, and I'm in that process every day, every week, every month, where I'm trying to better my mental health and well-being. It's a big part of my life, and probably will be for a long time.
Thanks very much, everyone, for joining us, and thank you for your questions. We'll chat to you tomorrow.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much.